Okay, collective, just a quick one because it's very wet out here where I was planning to do this reading. I was determined to get out near the river. This makes me feel so good. But the ground is wet. So I don't know if I want to sit on wet ground for too long. We'll just do a very quick reading. And I'm allowed to ask, what does the collective need to know? So let's go. All right, that's 3, 6, 8. That's a yin line. Stretch my legs. There's some lovely ducks down there. Okay, what does the collective need to know? Okay, 2, 4, 7. It's a yang line. Dear Sage, for the highest good of everyone who clicked on this video, in particular the person who clicked on this video and everyone, the highest evolution, the highest good of all, please block and blind all evil eyes, evil noses, evil ears, evil vibes, return to sender. This is for the person who clicked on the video, what they most need to know for their highest good. The highest good of the person who clicked on the video and everyone else. The highest good of the whole. Evolution. What's next? What do they need to know? Oh. 2, 4, 7. Okay, and that's a yin line, which is hexagram 28, which is greatness in excess, which means something is too much and it furthers to have somewhere to go. It's like just having to deal with everything all at once, having to prioritize. Is there something to go with this, dear Sage? Yes. All right. What else goes with this story? Okay, 3, 6, 8. It's a yin line. Just stretch my legs. Oh! A bit reluctant to sit on the ground because it's so wet. Same again. What else do they need to know, dear Sage? Or what helps, because knowing there's a lot doesn't necessarily help. Okay, a yang line. What else goes with this hexagram 28, this Sage? Okay. Okay, so the next one is 31. So we've got 2 stable hexagrams. The next one's 31, which is attraction or mating. It could mean potentially a big attraction or big mating energy. Or it could be that this is too much. We'll have to get the nuances out of it. But already we've got 28, which is like you're carrying a lot and you need to put your load down very carefully. It uses the image of white rushes. It's like putting a pad for something to land, something really big. It's like if you were carrying a massive load and you need like shock absorbers or you know, just like a landing pad basically. Something very big needs a place to be, and it might not be where you are potentially. Although if you know, you may have to just deal with what you've got. But it says to put white rushes down. So that means being very, very careful. It's like handling with handling with care, or fragile like eggs or something, but not exactly like that. It's more like a heavyweight. Yeah, it's not so much that it's fragile like eggs. It's more like whatever's going to hold this thing has to be strong enough to hold it. And the second hexagram is all about influence or attraction, or how that works. And generally speaking, it can be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. It can also be like your influence on social media, or your ability to attract what you need to yourself, or just, it can even be like a philosophy influences you, or an idea influences you, or something's going to happen that will make a big difference. On the most superficial reading of it, you might say that a big change is coming, or a big attraction might be coming. But we'll check with the sage the details. I'll just first see if there's any more hexagrams. Dear sage, is there another one? Okay, no more hexagrams. Okay, so okay, is it a time sequence, or are they about each other? So let's say tails is time sequence, with the first one happening, and then the second is the second part of the story. Or heads is that they are about the same thing. Two tails and one head. So they're fairly connected. Although you might get this first hexagram before the other. I should hold it up so you can see it. There's the hexagrams. Right. So there could be a big love coming in. Is that what you mean, dear sage? Like a big love interest or attraction, like a romantic potential kind of thing? No, it's not about that. Are you talking about having a big influence? 3 yeses. Okay, so whoever you are, you're going to have a big influence. On what, dear sage? Can we have a hexagram about the influence, dear sage? Yes or no? No. All right. We might just do some reading to see if we can get some clarifications. Okay, so whoever's watching this video, you're about to have a big influence on something. I'm not sure what that is. Lots of content creators watch my channel, so you could be a content creator and your influence could be really ramping up. Let's say it that way. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Okay, so I brought 3 books with me. Which one? Oh, well, actually, that one's a bit long. We can't really read the whole of somebody's book. Okay, between these two, heads or tails? Heads, okay. All right, so hexagram, we're going to use the Sam Rifler book. There it is. This one's from the 70s, this book. I really love this book. It's one of my faves, because it gives you a few different lenses for looking at the situation. Okay, greatness and excess, it calls hexagram 28. The marsh above the trees, the beam is weak, it will collapse. The superior man stands up alone and fearless. He withdraws from the world without regret. Success if you take action in any direction. So yeah, okay, I'll just show you this before it so you understand what the first line says. This is a picture of a roof in the ideogram. And these are the beams at the edge of the roof. And it's the first sentence is, watch out, the roof is about to cave in. That's because the support at the edge is weak. Like, it may be strong at the middle, but where it attaches is weak, and so that's why it faces potential collapse. So it basically says that, you know, going anywhere is better than staying where you are under a collapsing roof, kind of thing. It doesn't mean that necessarily literally, although it could be. It's more like if you let everything bank up on you, it can hit you all at once. So it's like, prepare to put something down so that you don't have all your hands full. So you've got at least one hand to do something with, let's put it that way. Watch out, the roof is about to cave in. The trigram, the marsh above windward, suggests that an unnatural weight, the most serious of matters of your life, have all overtaken you at the same time. Everything seems to be happening at once. Unusually strong pressures from the outside bear down on you. There is no way of holding off any one situation until the others are resolved. They are all coming to a head now. The times are momentous, threatening, desperate. Your problems cannot be solved, but you need not let them crush you. This, it does sound very bad, but I have managed to survive each of these situations of greatness in excess just by following the advice, which is basically simplifying and standing strong, even if you have to stand alone. Like you identify what your most central position is, and you pick somewhere safe to stand, and you kind of outlove you. It's like a wave washing over you. So you know that a wave of intensity is coming, and you'll be all right if you keep it simple. And you got to keep your priorities straight and stay resolved. Okay, so you need not let them crush you. Your problems cannot be solved, but you need not let them crush you. The tree survives the flood by standing straight beneath the flood waters. It does not give with the water. It does not bend familiarly to accommodate it like the reeds and grasses. It meets the water head on, taking in all of its force as it is obscured beneath the waves. The tree outlasts the flood. The tree remains essentially a tree, while the water, by rising, denies its own nature, which is to seek its own level. You cannot avoid the troubles, but if you remain confident, you will come through unscathed. So, you know, it's like, make sure you have a good breakfast, because it could be a big day, you know. Make sure you eat your oats. And get a good night's sleep, because it could just be like one of those days potentially, or one of those weeks where you just have to fix everything or just deal with an on-surge. Karma. You have too many emotional ties, too many love relationships happening at the same time. All at once you have gotten yourself involved in a number of demanding close situations, and you cannot handle them. All your separate affairs are about to overlap and erupt. You should attempt without anxiety or pride, and with patience, to extricate yourself from all of them. See, that's what it means by standing alone. You cannot resolve anything. You cannot please anyone or forestall the forthcoming conflicts and outbursts. But you can, if it is not too late, withdraw from the whole thing. It requires a spirit of resignation bolstered by self-reliance and self-esteem. So you kind of just got to look after your number one. You're in a spiritual crisis. You're in anguish over many contradictory impulses. They are pulling you apart. You are filled with numerous strong beliefs that seem to cancel out one another, making all seem meaningless. Your path is blocked. You must drop all conflicting beliefs, forget your so-called understanding, and dispense with any traditional ritualistic practices like the tree and the flood. You must stand alone in the flood of karma, alone, without metaphysics, among the illusions of sky and furniture. If you can renounce all the heavy soul-searing, mind-expanding revelations you have had and stand physically in the world by yourself without them, the attainment of enlightenment will be infinitely closer than it is now. So that's the setup. And then you got influence. Which calls tension here. I'm not going to read all of that because it's too much. But it's about allowing yourself to be influenced and being an influence. Somebody could be becoming like really well known here who's watching this, or have their moment in the sun or something like that. Yeah, most interpretations call this mating or attraction, but this one calls it tension, and there is a fair bit of tension in attraction. Somebody might think you're sexy. That you might be very attractive to your audience, or what you say might have a bigger impact than you imagine. That's how I'm going to take it, because it did say that it was about influence. Whoever you are a big influence, whether you realize it or not. And if you don't feel like you are now, it's definitely coming. Okay. We'll just get a few cards. Okay, so what helps the person in this time of the flood, where everything happens at once and they have to stand alone potentially for a moment? What's a helpful energy to embrace during this time for the person who clicked on the video, dear Sage? Practice. And it's got musical instruments. So it says the best way to be good at a skill is to practice, practice, practice until you get it right. Whatever you're going to be doing, collective, you're going to be doing it over and over again, looks like. And a little bit of refining your skills. If you're a bit rusty on something, you might want to polish up, because you might be getting an unexpected spotlight on you. Maybe you weren't expecting it, and that's why it's a bit much. Something, you might do something that's actually much more successful than you expected it to be. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Maybe it's a bit much getting it all together, like the flurry of creating something can be really intense when you're doing the creation. I'm just looking at hexagram 28 here. Like I'm getting that sort of opening night feeling when everything's just about to come together and the stage manager's running around and people are making sure that everything's in place and the vocalists are doing their warm-ups, and like just at the last minute before the lights go up, there is quite an intense, like that feeling of stage fright is quite intense if you're not used to it. Even just the activity it requires to get everything together. And even if you're painting or something, it can reach a bit of a climax just before it's finished. Or if you're composing, editing videos, whatever it is you're doing, it can seem really intense in that moment just before it breaks. And when you're in it, in the creation process, you don't necessarily know how much, how you can't see it from the outside, how it's coming together necessarily until you release the thing. And then what I'm getting from this reading is that it's going to be more successful than you may have expected, because you were too busy in the creation process. And then when you release it, you go, oh, wow, people are actually really enjoying this. What's another helpful energy? One step at a time. Lots of little steps make big dreams come true. Right, okay, so it's just about, this could be really full on and intense if you don't pace yourself. It's just take the small practical steps one at a time, do the needful to get this thing done, because it is going to be successful. That's quite apparent to me. Whatever it is you're making here is going to be successful. Okay, I've got my Thoth cards. Can I please have a couple of clues from the Thoth deck? What shall we have? We'll have helpful energy, please, at this time, for the person who's got a lot to deal with all at once, but is about to be quite influential. Okay, luxury. You're going to have enough. Normally, so on the negative side of that card, you would say you're a bit indolent, or you have too many choices, or you can't just, you're a bit tardy to get going or something like that. But on the positive side, it's like you have more than you need. You have enough. You have enough. You have enough to do what you need to do. You're not going to be scraping it together, which is a relief. Okay, so you have enough. That's helpful. You'll be able to do this in comfortable setting, but don't get too comfortable. I think it's the hidden implication behind that. Spend so much time drinking from the 4 cups that you don't finish the job or something like that. What else is helpful, dear sage? Okay, full, new beginnings. And this full has a lot of green. So I'm getting like heart energy. It's a new beginning, a new time of influence for you. Might be a new project. It might be starting a new project. You have what you need. Just take it one step at a time and keep practice makes perfect kind of thing. You are going to get there, and it's going to be successful. Okay, 2 helpful energies from the picture deck, please, dear sage. 2 helpful energies from this picture deck. Okay, you've got a hidden enemy. Well, I suppose, but it came out in reverse. So I'm going to say that your hidden enemies are not having any success. They may have been trying, but they're not succeeding. That's what it feels like to me, because it definitely came out upside down. We'll put you back upside down, hidden enemy. Okay. What else is helpful, dear sage? So your hidden enemies have been unsuccessful. That's helpful. It's always helpful. What else is helpful? You've got a helpful friend. You've got a friend. All right, that's good. And we'll get an animal, a helpful animal for the person who is about to be quite influential if they just keep going one step at a time and doing their work and embrace their new beginning, because they're going to have enough. It's going to be all right. And they've got a friend. That helps. Helps to have one friend you can trust in this world. It's a precious thing. All right. Dear sage, what's helpful? Get ready for a big breakthrough, transformation, emerging from the cocoon into a beautiful, shiny new butterfly. Woohoo! You're the butterfly. You're the social butterfly. Everyone wants to see your thing. Or hear you sing, or go to your show, or look at your painting, or hear your poetry, or whatever it is you're doing. Maybe you're a tarot reader. Maybe you're going to be a successful, or you are already successful, quite potentially. What else is helpful? Whoever you are, this is a brand new beginning. And it's a level up. That's what I just heard, level up. You're leveling up. It's the next, it's like when you've completed, say you've completed your master's and then you're doing your doctorate or something like that. I don't know how the sequence works in academia, but I'm getting like, let's take it back a bit. You've completed high school, now you're going to university. So it's the end and the beginning. You emerge. Yes, yeah, got a bigger audience now, I think, and you're looking good. You're quite attractive. Yes, because you've got all this green heart energy, and your wings are showing and they're nice and shiny, and you've been taking your steps and doing your practice, and you've had your spa day. So it's all looking pretty good. You're looking very attractive, and the world knows it. One more helpful animal, please, dear sage. Bear. Keep your boundaries strong. Stand your ground. Stick to your guns. You know who you are. You know what you want. You know where you're going, and who's coming and who's not. Maintain your standards. And don't let anyone who has shown themselves to be untrustworthy come in and skittle this brand new beginning. It looks like they already tried and failed. I just heard you might not hear from them for a while. They're back on their bums. That looks pretty good to me, collective. That pretty much summarizes everything. Let's get a koi. What have we got? Okay, dice. One more. What does the dice say, dear sage, for the person who clicked on the video about, just to wrap this up? 7. Fate is moving in your favor, dear collective. It's all looking lovely for you. It's a lot, but just know that it's all for the good. Hang on. I just got the image of something being born, because you know that last push when the mother is pushing the baby's head out, and it's like, and they're screaming and it hurts. That's what I'm getting the excesses like. And then the the butterfly breaking out of the cocoon, it actually has to sort of stand strong there for a minute, like the mother pushing the baby out and the baby's head's getting crushed. It's a lot. That's what it, because you got your hexagram 28, greatness and excess. It's a lot. It's almost like the baby's head being crushed on the way out of the birth canal. But it all ends, it couldn't be much clearer that this is a brand new, beautiful beginning of luxury, doing what you love, doing your craft, and you have got a friend. And your main job is just to maintain your boundaries, because this enemy that failed and is on their bum at the moment is probably still bickering in the background, trying to work out how to get back in. They might try and just saunter in as if they belong there or something like that. And it's like, no, door bitch here. You didn't pass muster because you misbehaved, or you didn't qualify, or whatever it was. So keeping the hidden enemies away from this beautiful, heart-centered, brand new beginning of luxury and doing what you love. It's pretty simple. Fate's on your side. I'm very happy for you, collective. You have a lovely day. Aroo!